I wanted to be a volunteer because this is important to me. My community is important to me. The people in my community are important to me. And if there's a way I can help improve myself and help somebody else improve themselves, I would like to be part of that.
I think I volunteered. My family was raised here at Fairhaven, and we had always been plugged in to the church. But a couple of years ago, a friend of my son's, who was real close to our family, died of a drug overdose. And I think I got mad at the world and kind of unplugged from everything. I was looking for somewhere to get plugged in and volunteer, and had been doing some investigating of this group, and I just liked how it was authentic and seemed to be making a difference in people's lives and engaged with people. And this was my chance to kind of get engaged and back connected with people and maybe do some good.
I believe that the Bible tells us that we each have motivational gifts. God gives each of us spiritual gifts. And I think one of the gifts that He's given me is the gift of encouragement. I love to encourage people. I love to help them find solutions to challenges. And so when I worked on base, and I did that a lot through helping people in the job, to grow in their job, to deal with job problems and be successful, and retired 2 years ago. And so when I heard about this opportunity, it sounded like a great way to continue that gift of encouragement.
I think I'm understanding more people's problem of getting out of it. Not what gets them into it or the hardships of it. That I think I pretty well knew. It's the stumbling blocks in our own minds and trying to overcome them and move when you know what you have to do but you can't do it. Breaking through those type of barriers. That's what
you kind of go along with life, I think, and you get in a groove and you don't pay any attention to other people and other things like that. Not that you're totally ignoring them, but it's just not important to you. And one thing about this one, it started making me realize, seeing and remembering what poverty was like in that and things I've seen over the years. Quite a few years, and I've seen a lot of stuff, and it made me really go back and look and say, yeah, it's there. It hasn't gone away, and maybe there's something I can do for it.
Yeah, I do. Again, it never, really broken it down in terms of specific categories. But I can see as we've been studying in the course that we're in, and then through some of the reading that I've done prior to being part of the course and one of the classes I took here at the church, that there are all those elements come together to create an issue of poverty, and it isn't just one thing, it's a multitude of things that present circumstances in people's lives that cause this brokenness.
I would say just a little bit more.
Which one out of all of those do you think you've learned the most about?
Personal. I think it's personal. Is or relational or something?
The relational one?
Yeah, definitely.
What did you like about that one?
It just opened up a different way for me to see other people's perspectives and how a different way to take a situation and just look at it differently versus oh, okay, it's just this way, or this is how I can do something to try to make it better. So yeah, that's always a good thing for me, I would say.
The relationships. The relationships. I've met some wonderful people who are focused on succeeding and are genuine about it, and I see the potential in them, and it makes me want to help them. And conversely, they teach me a lot about where I was, what I've come through, and how much I want to share that.
People are resilient, and that if you want to do this, if you want to be a volunteer, or if you want to be a participant, you can be successful at it. I have no doubt.